full blogger tutorial for beginners. Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I'll be showing you guys how you can get started with Blogger, what this platform is like, what are the alternatives that you have, and everything else you need to know. So let's get into it. Now, blogger.com is a website that enables you to build your own blog. This particular website or tool specializes specifically in blog creation, and this is a tool provided by Google. So, if you have logged onto your Google account on your browser, it will automatically create your Blogger account with Google. Now, what happens if you don't have any account logged in on Blogger? Well, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys the basic default version of Blogger. So this is going to be your Blogger account or Blogger webpage if you have not signed in. Now, on Blogger, there are a few different limitations that you might have to keep in mind when you are getting started. So first off is that it's a very simple and easy platform, but it doesn't have the level of customization certain people might be expecting. So this can include super amazing video editing tools within the website builder, or super complicated blogs, or dynamic features. However, for most users, I find that those features are not even really that helpful. So that is why I actually do recommend using Blogger as your primary tool if you're looking to get started with blogging, because it's a simple and effective tool and it can help you in increasing your audience and increasing your reach. So let's get started with Blogger. To sign up, simply click on sign in or create your blog on blogger.com. Now, once you do that, it will ask you which account you want to use. You do have to use your Google account for this, so I'm just going to log into my account over here to get started with my first blog. Now, once you do that, you will see you're going to have a basic reading list that will be created for you. Currently, we don't have any blogs yet. So it will just show you some of the popular blogs. You have the Blogger Buzz, and if you click on these, you can be redirected to a new blog. So you guys will see you have a redirection, and then you will be redirected to the Blogger pages. Now, from here, we're going to click on Create Blog on the top right, and then you're going to title your blog. So let's say for us, this is going to be Jane Doe's Life. And once we do that, we're going to click on Next, and we're going to choose our particular address that we want to use for our Blogger URL. Now, you will see this is the web address that you have, and you do have to find a web address that is currently available. So Jane Doe Life 0 is available, so I'm going to use that for now, and then just click on Save. Now, once you have saved, you will see your basic dashboard for Blogger. But certain times you might wonder, okay, this is our dashboard. Where exactly is our blog? Well, if you want to find your blog, you can click on View Blog on the bottom left. Now, once you click on the bottom left, you will actually see what your blog currently looks like. Obviously, your blog is going to have a different title, but this is the default theme that you will see. Now, to get started with blogging, I always do my theme customization or, my default customization first. And then later on, I'm going to jump right into actually writing a blog and customizing the appearance of your blog. So first, let's go on ahead and click on Layout on the left, and you will see the basic layout of your blog. So on the left, we have a sidebar. Then we have a search, we have a header, and I want it to say Jane Doe's Life. No, let's say I want to edit this, and let's say I want to add my title as A Window to Jane's Life, and then I want to add a description, a more detailed description. So let's say this is going to be, write a description for my blog called Jane's Life. Now, this is one tool I like to use. It's ChatGPT. Everyone has heard of ChatGPT, but one thing to note is that with ChatGPT, you can actually provide it with a specific type of writing style you want to find within your blog. You might want a cohesive writing style that is going to be similar across all of the facets of your blog. So that is one thing that you can incorporate into your blog. Now, after that, we have an image. You can input images from URL as well as choose to import from your computer. So if you want to upload or import an image from your computer, just click on Upload Image from Computer and choose a file. Now, you have 3 different placements for any image as well. So you have behind title and description. Instead of title and description, have description placed after the image. So these are a few different things that you can choose from. Now, some people have a really stylized image or stylized header image that they have been using. However, because it is a stylized image, it might have your title in it, and you might think, okay, I want to use it instead of a title and description. You can use it, obviously you can, but the limitation on that is you don't have the option to have a clickable homepage in your header. So that is why I always like to add images behind the title and description, and then you can input any image. I'm just going to search for a header like this or just a background. So once I've done that, we can also choose to shrink it to the particular size of our header, and I'm just going to click on save. Once we've done that, we have the next section, which is our page list. Now you guys can see this is currently hidden, so you can click on edit and start naming the pages. So this might be pages, and this is going to display all of the pages that are currently created within our page list. Below that, you have AdSense that you can manage depending on the number of ads you want to display. Obviously, this will alter. Currently, with a new blog, you're not going to have any ads, so you can skip through these settings. But then after that, you have your standard page body. So we have the default page body as a featured post, blog post, and then popular post. Now, I want to not have a featured post on top, so I can click on edit and I can remove this widget by just clicking on this option and then click on save. Now, once you have done that, we have set up our basic homepage. Now, I like to go into our theme on the left, and I can customize the theme. The theme is usually just the coloring of your particular blog, so you can customize that as well. You can click on customize on your pre-existing theme and customize it to your own liking as well. Now, let's say for us, I want to change the background image and I want to, use any other image. I can do that. If I want, I can also just remove the image and have a plain background. You can insert a color as well. So if I go into color, I can go on ahead and insert a main color theme. And let's say I want to change the image and I want something that's a bit, simplistic. So I'll just add something like this maybe, and I'll just click on done over here. Once we do that, we have our advanced settings, which is our page text. So our page text has 15 pixel by default. Our page font will be 15 pixels. And then we have the colors. So you can choose the theme colors. I can click on add over here to add newer theme colors if I want to add those. So I'll build my own custom color, and I am going to build a really nice little pink color that I like. We're going to be using one of those, and I'll click on save. And you will see over here you have the option to set up, your own colors as you go. Now, once we have completed that, we are going to go into the bottom right and click on save. Now I'm going to go back and I want to change the basic pages or the page structure. I can go into pages and start editing the page structure. Now, before we can edit page structures, obviously we need to have a few blog posts to be able to do that, but we can also go into settings over here and get a brief overview of the basic info that we are currently displaying on our Blogger site. So you will see the title, description, blog language, and then adult content if you are posting any adult content. Then below that you have your publishing, privacy, and permissions. Then you also have your number of posts to be shown on main page. So this by default is set to 7. I can set this up to 5 if I don't want too many pages in my home page. Then we have the image lightbox, where you have images that are going to be overlaid on top of a post. You also have the option to lazy load images, and you also have WebP image serving. Now, what is lazy load? Lazy load is when someone opens a web page, the top images are going to load up as fast as possible, and then the rest of the images can load as you go. Now, below that, we have our commenting settings. So who can comment? Users with Google accounts. Let's say I want anyone to be able to comment, so I'll click on save. You can also turn on comment moderation. Then you also have the comment location. Let's say I want to hide that over here. Now, I want this to be embedded in my blog, so I'm going to leave it, but you can choose to hide those or set them up as pop-up or full pages. Now, people can also comment in the form of messages, and you can choose to, add a message, a comment form that is going to be just helpful and just delightful for your viewers. Below that, you also have your email and formatting settings, including monetization, as well as crawling and indexing. Now, let's get started with actually creating a blog because that is the most important part of any blog. So, how can we start building blogs? Well, to get started, simply go into the basic dashboard, click on New Post on the top left, and your post will be generated. Now, the first thing you're going to do is enter a title. So let's say the title is How My Mom and I Went to Disney World. How my mom and I made the best cookies ever, like this. So I've entered my title. Now, a few tips that include a better reach are actually capitalizing every letter. So you can capitalize every letter that you have. I like to do this. I personally prefer this appearance. If you don't like it, you can skip this. But I just find that when I have my titles written like this, I just get more clicks. So I'm going to leave it like that. You can skip this on your ands and ises, but for all of the other words that are not functioning as verbs, you can capitalize the first letter. Now, below that on the left, you have a composing view, then you have undo redo buttons, the type of font that you have, the text style, your paragraphs, your basic text editing options, and then you also have indentation, input, and formatting. So we're going to get started with our title. And first off, I'm going to click on the top left and I'm going to change the font into Times New Roman. It's my favorite font. And then I'm going to convert it into a major heading. My mom hates baking, but we made the best cookies ever, like this. Now I'm going to use ChatGPT to write a blog on this, like this. So I'm going to let this be generated. In the meanwhile, let's go on ahead and format some of our text. Now, a lot of people like to do this. They actually put in backspaces when they're trying to indent text. However, this is the incorrect method, and when you're importing your blogs and when you're importing from one place to another, this can actually be a really difficult thing to fix in hundreds and hundreds upon blogs. So if you want to indent any text, you can place your cursor right behind the text that you want to indent, click on these three dots, and then you can choose the direction of your layout. Now, after you've chosen your layouts, you can click on indent over here and choose to indent the line. Now, this will indent your entire writing or the entire section that you have written. So if you want, you can go on ahead and increase the indent to however much you want. This is just an easier way to make sure that your text is formatted correctly, because a lot of times if you're not formatting your text correctly, it is going to make more issues down the line. Now, I want this to be in a justified lining, it will do this. If I want this to be center aligned, it will do this. Now, I want this to be a left aligned with an indent, like so. Now, below that, I want to maybe add a second level heading. So we're going to go on ahead and copy our little blog from here, and let's just insert it like this. Now, obviously, if you just write your blog like this, no one is going to be interested in it. So we're going to add our first text, and let's say I want to add this little line over here, Baking Bliss, how my mom and I created the ultimate cookie magic. So I can select this text over here, and from the top left, I can choose subheading. And then you also have the option for a minor heading, and then you have paragraph. Now this will automatically set it to the default versions of a text block. So if it's a major heading, it's going to be larger than the basic heading. And then if it's a subheading, it's going to be smaller than that. Now, once I have this line, I'm going to place my cursor at this line, and I can make it a center aligned line without having to alter any other section. Now, below that, I might want to insert an image. So to do that, I can click on the top left over here and go on ahead and insert an image from my photos from any of the media uploads I've done on Blogger or by a URL. So I'm going to insert by a URL and I'm going to choose these ones over here. And I am just going to take the link of the image like so, and I'll go back into Blogger and insert the image via a URL. Now, once I've selected my image, I have a few different options. So first off, you can resize your image just by clicking on the blue dots. Then, if you click on the image, you have the alignment of the image. You can place a image towards the right, towards the left, or towards the center. Then you have the sizing of the image where you can automatically convert the image to a particular size. And if you want to mess around with the aspect ratios, you can also do that. Below that, you also have settings, which can help you in making sure that your image has good SEO. Now, once we have selected our image, you can also add a caption to your image. Now, I'm going to resize this image and I want to place it to the right of my introduction. So I'm going to do a right align on this and I will add our first batch of cookies like this. Now I will move my text up over here and then I'll add some spacing down below over here. So my second paragraph actually has a gap or a distance from our first. Now I can select this text from here and you can go on ahead and choose a particular alignment for this text section. So if I don't want the text to, look like crooked on the sides, I can choose a justified alignment or a centered alignment. Now, if I want this to be justified, I think it looks better when it's justified. So that's just your personal preference. There are no rules to these kinds of formatting, but there are just certain preferences you might have or I might have, which can be what I particularly want. Now, below that, you will see you'll have the rest of your blog. You can add multiple different things. So let's say I want to add the inspiration. So it says inspiration and I want to add inspo, and then after that I might want to cut out inspiration, because I want it to be, internet slang. So I'm going to click on inspiration and click on the strike through, and this will strike through that text. Then if I want to color any text, I can select the text and click on select color and add a unique color into my blog. Now, after that, you can choose to insert videos and special characters such as emojis. You have different types of emojis. All of those are available as you normally would on your phone, and you can incorporate those into your blog as well. Now, the rest of your blog format is pretty much doing the same thing. You can just choose what you personally like and how you want to structure your blog. Now, once you have completed the structuring of your blog, some of the most important things are your post settings. So on your right, you have labels. Labels are super important to add. So labels are going to help you in making sure that everything that you are adding has a particular tag attached to it. So when people search for these things on Google, they're able to find your particular blog that you have written. So I'll add cookies, cooking, baking, mom, homemade cookies, or home chef, whatever are the relevant labels that might be attached. Now, if you are uncertain of the labels that you're supposed to add, you can always go on ahead and search for your main title, and whatever are the tags that other people are using, you can go on ahead and use those as well. Now, once we've done that, you will see the publishing time. So in Blogger, you have a time that you can set. So let's say I want to set a automatic upload right now. I can do that. Or let's say I want this to be uploaded on the 29th of February at, let's say, 8 a.m. or not at 8 a.m., at 5 p.m. So I can set that date and time, and my blog will be scheduled to be posted at that particular time. I just want it to be uploaded right now, so I'll just leave it at automatic. Then you have the automatic permalink or custom permalink. Permalinks are basically the titles that you will see on your search bars. So I like to leave it at a automatic permalink. But if you want, you can build your own custom one as well. The custom one does allow you, your options to add your title, but usually the automatic permalink just breaks down your title words. So if you're satisfied with the basic title, you usually don't need to change your permalink. Now, below that, you have your location, where you can add a particular location, and then other options. So if you want to allow reader comments, not allow them, or hide any existing. Now we're just going to click on Publish on the top right and click on Confirm. Once we've done that, we can click on View Blog to see our blog now. And this is our blog currently. This is our top post, so obviously this is going to be what we can see. I've logged in as Tina, so it shows Tina. And then we can post a comment over here on the blog. You guys can see this is just, the basic blog that we have just written down. And in this way, you can get started with Blogger as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now, if you want to find more statistics about your blog once you've completed the writing part, you can go into Stats on the left panel to actually see statistical info about your blog, such as how many people have viewed it, how many comments you have, and then to manage comments, you can go into the comment section, and if you're currently earning money on your blogs by AdSense, you can click on the AdSense section or the earnings section to view your AdSense earnings, and if you don't have one already, you can click on Create AdSense account to be able to monetize your blogs. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe.